when you watch like Fender bass players play too, they're kind of pushing into the string also, and so I feel like we kind of have a little bit more of that going on in our right hand than say like people who play like Telecasters, like chicken picking type of guitar players, where you're really like you're actually getting that kind of pluck sound from the guitar, you know, and you're muting, you're putting your palm. So that's more of like a bluegrassy kind of Telecaster kind of finger picking kind of sound. And Chet Atkins played like that with a thumb pick.
Right,
so there's a real panorama of stuff that we do in the right hand. For me, I think about pushing into the guitar, and I try my best to keep my nails in decent shape. By using an emery board, not a metal file, nail file, because the emery board will get your nails sounding nice and round and warm. A metal nail file often make them sound more brittle.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like we all talk about with jazz. It's so much about the sound we're going for, and that fat, warm, balanced sound between the thumb and a bit of the flesh of the finger that pushes into the string, but the articulation from the nail in your right hand. All of that can make for a better, stronger performance with your right hand, you know.
Yeah, it's a really good point, thinking about sound quality from your right hand, you know, and like how you're getting the sound quality from the fingers if you're not using a pick, pushing into the string, right? And you, John, I know for years you've talked a lot about like the strength coming from the joint, you know, like coming from the knuckle here on your first finger, and not trying to pluck it from pluck out, but like use the knuckle essentially to pluck from the string.
I kind of I teach students like that sensation of like reaching into a bag of popcorn, right? That's using the tips of your fingers, right? But if you're like raking something, like you're pulling, like you're swimming, you know, I love swimming as an exercise. I think every guitar player should swim because it just loosens up your wrists. But that feeling of raking through the water, the power comes from the joint of your hand, and that's where all the muscles are. And you want to have the tips of your fingers be really flexible and loose and relaxed. Just like how when a pick hits the string, we're not like holding the pick really hard. There's a bit of give with the pick in the hand, and I think that creates a little bit more of a mellower sound too.
I also think of the fingers sometimes as like a different kind of timbre when you maybe are used to using a pick, almost like the way a drummer could go from playing sticks to brushes. And I've had a number of other players, like bass players, drummers, whatever. When I start playing with the fingers, they go, "Oh, that's got a cool vibe. It's like a little softer. It's a little different. You don't quite play the same way with the pick." And if I just A/B this real quick, like 1, 2, 3, 4. That's fingers, and then you put the pick on 1, 2, 3, 4. You can almost hear like that the pick has a heavier attack to it, right? And so the fingers can be a nice approach if you're a jazz guitar player, maybe thinking of, and you're playing a ballad, and you almost want to put a little governor on yourself and say that you're not going to be able to play as much as you can with the pick. You know, it gives you a different zone to get into. And certainly this was something that Paul Bolenbeck, I remember, talked a lot about in the last season, and I've had conversations with him since then in person where we've talked about the use of the fingers, kind of just giving you a different avenue in your playing, a different sound in your playing. Will, let me toss this over to you. And I know that playing with the fingers is not something that you do exclusively or too much, and that you want to do some hybrid for us today. But yeah, tell me what you think about your approach and using the fingers and all that stuff.
Well, I think that's a good idea. Let me A/B something with my fingers only. What I will say is, if I am finger picking, I basically never use my pinky. Would you guys say you use your pinky when you finger pick? Or it just depends?
Sometimes when I'm hybrid picking, I definitely do. But when I don't have the pick at all, very rarely, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sometimes
what about you, John?
The back of the pinky nail a lot.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So So that's fingers only, and I did not use my pinky there. And that definitely, like you said, Perry, gives that warm sound.